Hi, and thanks for joining. It's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to make this great card. It says Adventure Awaits, and it's got the globes and the map, and I don't know if you can see, but there's this brass accents in the paper, and then I have a brass foil sheet behind it. So it's really pretty, and on the inside, congratulations on this new beginning. So this could be somebody who's moving to faraway place, a college student who's maybe studying abroad, or I don't know, there's a lot of different things you can use this for. I'm using the Beautiful World stamp set, and there are some other really beautiful sentiments, and then you've got the globe, the feather, ink feather, whatever, with the ink to put it in, and it's really neat. And then there's these great dies that coordinate with it, and we will be using these today. So we're going to use both of the globes, and we're going to use this piece for here to hold one of them and the circle just to cut the circles, and then this smaller one. So let me put these aside, and before we get started, I do want to show you the paper because it really is beautiful. So the brass paper, you get 2 sheets of it, 12 by 12, but this paper is just gorgeous. And this is called World of Good Specialty Designer Series paper, and it's specialty because it has the brass accents. So I have the pieces, you get 2 of each, so they're double-sided. So I have them already sorted, so you'll just see the 2 of them. So this is the other side of this. But isn't that pretty? It's very shimmery. And then these 2, just gorgeous. And I think you could do a lot of neat things with this. And then this is the one we're using. It goes with this one. So they have the maps with the brass, but then they have the maps that don't have it. So these, and sometimes the paper in the book just doesn't do it justice, and I'm hoping I'm doing it justice here. But let's put that aside and let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut out my pieces. So I have my pieces, my card base pieces, but I want to cut out the circles. So I'll cut out, this is Seaside Spray. I'll cut out a Seaside Spray and then a Soft Sea Foam. So I'm going to cut that out as well. And then I will cut out all of this together. So I'm going to lay them all down, the 2 globes and the 2 stands. Okay, so I will put them on my my Big Shot, run them through, and I'll be right back. So I'm back. I have my pieces, the Soft Sea Foam, the Seaside Spray, the 2 globes, and the 2 stands. These are in Early Espresso. And I cut out my card base is Early Espresso, and then I have my inside and my strip. So I wanted to tell you that with the brass foil, I didn't want to waste a whole sheet. You get 2 sheets in a package, so I want to be very frugal with it. So I actually used, and you could use whatever you want, circle punches. I used my stitch frame. I used the 3rd one. I might have been able to get away with the 4th one, but I didn't want it to be too tight. I probably could have. Or the 2nd one. So I did the 3rd one down, and it's going to be hidden. It'll be layered, so you don't even know that it's there. And then I think I'll use those extra pieces maybe to cut out some globes, because I think that would be cool, right? The globes and the stands. So I'll use these, I have 2 of them now, for some other purpose. So that's just a good way to stretch your foil paper, especially any paper you could do that with. So let me get the sentiment. This time I'm going to use the Life's a Beautiful Journey. So I use that one, and I'm stamping it in the Early Espresso ink. And I just want it coming kind of out the side. So I'm going to stamp it over in this side, and then I will punch the end. So let me just make sure this is lined up straight. Okay, beautiful. And I'm just going to stamp it here. And I am going to do the inside as well. So again, on the inside, I have this sentiment, congratulations on this new beginning. For this one, I'm going to do the thank you for being part of mine. So life's a beautiful journey. Thank you for being part of mine. And then I'll do the feather and the inkwell. That word came to me. Sometimes I can't think of it while I'm stamping. So I'm going to just ink up with the brown ink. And actually, let me do the feather first. I'll do the inkwell and the feather so that I can get a good idea of where I want to do the sentiment. So let me get the inkwell. I'll do that in the early espresso. I'm just going to put that right here. And then I did the feather. You could do it in either the soft seafoam or the seaside spray or the brown, or whatever color you want. And I'm just going to put it right up here. So see what I mean? It takes up a lot of area, so I wanted to make sure that my sentiment doesn't crash into it. So you got to do things in order, right? And again, I want to see how this is lined up. And I'm using my graph paper to try to get an idea of where the bottom edge is to see how straight it is. And that looks pretty good. So I'll do it right up here. And I'm sorry for the shadows. Trying to get this in before the sun goes down, and I use daylight for my filming, so I'm stuck with the time of day that I'm allowed to do this with watching the kids, the grandkids and stuff. So I'm going to put this down, and I'll use my liquid glue. And I just want to put it around the edges. So this is a pretty easy card to put together. I'll have to put my globes together as well. And on yesterday or Wednesday's video, I showed you how to use the paintbrush method for something that is has very small areas to adhere glue. I'm not going to do that today, but this would be something that you might want to do it on, where you put your glue on the silicone mat and then paint the glue with your paintbrush so that you're just touching a little bit. This doesn't seem to be sticking here. I have the glue too far down, so let me just put a little glue up here. I guess I went in a little bit too far on it. I want to catch that. Okay, and then I'll glue the whole thing down on the card base. But I think this is really beautiful for a traveler. I even think for graduation, adventure awaits. Somebody who might be doing something after they graduate college, going on an adventure, or I don't know, lots of different things. So let's get this. So with the globes, I found that if you put it up toward the top, you have some space down here for the stands. So the stand kind of goes up and into that. So I didn't really center it too much, although I guess that would be okay. I put it up a little bit toward the top. I wanted to have room. So anyway, I'm going to put the glue on the big places, and then I'll just kind of dab it around the outsides. And this is where I'm saying, you could put a big blob of glue on your silicone mat and then just use a paintbrush or a sponge or something like that to just dot it on. But I'm just going for it this way. Come on. I don't want to put too much on. I'm trying to be very cautious with it. Okay, so let's put this on the green one. Okay, and then on this, I just put a little bit of glue right on the edge of this, all the way around. And I left the stand for now. I just want to get this part. I didn't put any glue on that yet. I just want to get this part done, and get it in place, and then I'll come back to that. So you'll see it just kind of fits right in there. You could have it twisted, tilted if you wanted. So I'm just going to leave that upside down for now, and let's do this one. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put a little glue here, there, kind of get it in the big places, and then just touch around the edges. And then put it on this one. Okay, and then on this one, how did I do it? I'm trying to think. So I had this, I guess I had this up a little bit more. Oh, I have it upside down. Oh my goodness. All right, so I just want a little bit of glue up here. I was trying to figure out why that didn't fit, and I had it upside down. Those are the things I do. Okay. I just want to hold that in place for a second, and then I'm just going to flip it upside down just to let it dry that way. And while we're doing that and letting them dry a little bit, I mean, it dries pretty quickly, but just to give it a little bit of time, I'm going to, this is my triple banner punch. So let me just show you, it makes your banner, and I like to look upside down and fit it in, and I probably have to, I'm going to do it a couple of times. I don't have my scissors with me. And you just kind of try to get it centered, and I'm too far out. Sorry, this is what you do when you don't have scissors. There we go. Perfect. Three times. So I'm going to have that up here, and I'll have my globes down below. And I did the big one flat, and then I put the smaller one with dimensionals. So let's get the bigger one down. So now I'm going to put glue on the whole background and this stand part. Okay, I think maybe up a little bit. There we go. And then I'll put dimensionals on the smaller one and get that in place, and then I'll put the sentiment on. So I kind of did it the opposite colors and countries. I didn't even realize that. And then this bottom one, these dimensionals, they're flat on one end, so I want the flat on the top and the bottom of this because it's very tight and I don't want it to show through. Okay, so let's take the backs off of these. But isn't this beautiful? This would be great for a guy too. I think the colors and everything. I love the early espresso with the brass, and then the light color for the soft sea foam and the seaside spray for the backs. You could also stamp them instead of cutting them out, and that would be neat as well. Let's see, right about here. How does that look? And then let's put some dimensionals on this. And I'll have all of the measurements on my blog, pspapercrafts.com. So if you need any information, you can purchase the products there. I have a shop now button, and you can go right to my online store if you wanted any of these products and purchase them there. I would love to have your business. And if you have any questions, you could always email me or leave a comment. My email is patty@pspapercrafts.com. And I'd love to hear your comments and any questions. I'd be happy to answer. So there we go with that. Let's put the inside in, and we are done. I love that feather. I'm going to have to do something with feathers. It's very soft and pretty. Okay, thank you for being part of mine. I think that's a neat card to have. I'm just trying to push it over a little bit. There you go. So these are the two cards, Life's a Beautiful Journey or Adventure Awaits. So see, there's stamps. You could stamp the feather, the globes, the different sentiments, and then you can cut out stamp the globes and then cut them out with the circle punch, or not punch, the circle die, this one. You can cut out the inkwell, the feather, there's lots you can do with it. But thanks for joining and have a good day. Bye.